All right, y'all. This is your girl Kiwan, and I am back with the Never Ever Mets. Okay, on Never Ever Met season 2. I did not know that this was coming back on. Last season was, a little mess. Well, we gonna get into this season and see what it's about. Again, I didn't review it last season. I only watched it because I wasn't doing reviews then. But we can just go ahead and diddly daddle in this the Never Ever Met of it all. Okay. First, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Be sure to like all of the videos so I can keep myself up in the algorithm of things. And again, I want to say thank you to new, old subscribers. I appreciate y'all and everything that you guys do. Okay, so here we go. Season 2, episode 1 of the Never Ever Mets. Online loves and RL confessions. Child. Anyway, we start with couple 1. Charlie is 34. She lives in Dallas. And Jared is 32, live in Columbia. Now, before I start, I just really want to let y'all know that if you've never seen the Never Ever Met, it is just couples who online date from different places. They've never met up, but they are in virtual relationships. I guess. I don't know. I'm not knocking it, but I need to see my person. I need to be around my person. Okay? I need that. Okay? Anyway, we're gonna call it long distance relationships. Baby, but see this Charlie is a mess. Like, girl, like, you starting off real raw and real wrong, but we like this because this is messy. So they've been together for 4.5 years. They went to high school together, but she never met him in high school. She slid into his DM, and again, they never met in high school. So the reason why they never met up is because their schedules didn't line up and because of fear. And she said she hasn't been honest about him. And I was like, woo, child. And girl, y'all know, she went on to say, well, I thought he was messing with somebody. So I was like, F it. I'm going to mess with somebody. But when she messed with somebody, she did not cover herself. Okay? Ergo, we stand up. We is pregnant. Ma'am, how do you hide being pregnant from him? Okay? You hit a whole baby. Okay? And so the baby is 1 month. I was like, I know you lying. Girl, you gotta be kidding me. Okay? Like, he didn't notice your nose that I got swollen. Because you know when people pregnant, their nose gets swollen, their face, and a lot of stuff kind of changes. A pregnant lady glow and all of that. And you mean to tell me that Jared didn't notice that? Jared sounded like he was busy somewhere else. Okay? That's all I'ma say. These online relationships are not to be trusted. Okay? Sorry. Anyway, couple 2, because we have 7 couples. Okay? Alicia, who is 36, she lives in Pennsylvania, and Irving, who's 44, he lives in Maine. So they've been chatting. But when I tell you Alicia word that, like, I like Alicia because she like, we gonna go slow and we gonna see where this go. We not finna speed this up because this ain't no relationship. We just chatting. Chitter and a chatter. Okay? Chirp, 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 chirp. So she said that they've been chatting for 5 months and they never met in person. She said they're getting to know each other. She said she's not sure if she likes him or not. She's not a girlfriend. Okay, so this is what she said. Listen, I'm nobody's girlfriend. I'm in a position, I am a wife. And I was like, sis, now you had me. We was here until you lost me with that. I am, but all right, girl, if that is your goal in life, I'm okay with it. Let me tell y'all, Alicia is beautiful. She is absolutely beautiful. And you can tell she has boundaries. Like, really want to know her story, but you can tell she has boundaries there. So we meet couple three. Tatiana, who is 31, lives in California, and we call him Clay, but it's Clavassia, okay, aka Clay, who is 28 and he lives in Georgia. They're in a relationship. She wants to meet before they lock in. She says she's a mom, she goes to school, and this is why that they're too busy. They're too busy to meet up because of school and her being a mom, and I'm assuming him being busy. So schedules just not aligning. So anyway, we got couple four. Alex, who lives in Philly, and Christopher, who's 35 and he lives in Dallas. They've been in a relationship for a year. She asked for so she said she didn't like him at first because she said when she first saw his picture, he had his tongue sticking out. I don't know. Maybe she saw, maybe I want to say she said she saw like a little bit of arrogance here or there. I don't know. But then along the lines and along the way, she asked for a eggplant picture. Okay. And so she sent it, and they've been good ever since. And I was like, oh, all right. So Kiki, couple number 5, Kiki and Brandon. Kiki is 29, lives in Georgia. I want to say she said Atlanta. Brandon is 30 and he lives in Alabama. These people been together for 4 years. I was just thinking you both were more in close proximity to each other, so why haven't you met? So as I was thinking that, Kiki said that she haven't met up with Brandon. It wasn't because they couldn't. It was because she kept backing out because she was scared. And she was scared because she's insecure because she's a big girl. And I was like, oh my God, Kiki, no. Kiki is a BBW model. And Kiki is gorgeous. Like, when I tell you Kiki's face card is everything to me, Kiki's face card is everything. Okay, I just need sis to catch up with the confidence. Like I like Kiki, and she has a youth. She is young. She's 29. Did I say 24? I think I meant to say 29. But she has such more of a youthful spirit, and so it goes with her face. Anyway, we got couple 6. Brittany, who is 40, she lives in Houston, and Ty, who's 38, he lives in California. She says she likes an alpha male. I mean, if that's what you like, sister. He tells her what he's gonna do, but he haven't done it yet. He said, I'm gonna cook for you, I'm gonna do this, but he haven't done it yet. Man, we need him to do it, but he can't do it if y'all not in the same space. Make that happen. So Brittany has a 3-year-old son. And so this is the part I really understand why. Because Brittany has no support system. And I don't think it would be feasible for her. This is just my opinion, and I could be wrong. For her to have somebody around her kid who she don't know, and she don't have a support system. And that's why I think it's important that we as women kind of navigate towards other women and have a good support system if we don't have family around, and if maybe the dad isn't around. There is not too many people, but there are people who have kids, and you have to really, really get to know people nowadays and grab onto a solid support system. It's benefits to it. Anyway, couple number 7, Cinco. So he's from Atlanta, Georgia. There's a lot of Georgia people. And Jay, she's from LA. Jay is beautiful. When I tell you, Jay, I'm not saying, this is me not discounting all of the women, but there is this difference in the women who I've been calling out. Like Jay's beauty, oh my God, is like undeniable, right? And I love her locks, and I love like how she look in the locks. Like it's her. It's just bam. Okay. So her and Jay have been talking for 5 months. She's a mom, and they met on Instagram. So these are the couples. Taronda shows up. Y'all know Taronda. Taronda comes from what is it? Empire. You know, she was Cookie's assistant. You know, she was in BET Plus movies. Y'all know Taronda, okay? And she tells them to get ready. You know, go wash your kitty cat, go wash your eggplant, and get ready for the date that your person has set for you. So they're going to meet their person for the first time. They're already here, but they have been preparing for their date, which was good. And it was good to see a guy come in with a room full of women rather than all of the women. And it was like Cinco's energy when he walked in with the room full of women, and they were like, hi. It was awkward. And he was like, are you here for anybody here? And he was like, no, not for y'all. And I was just like, wait a minute, Cinco. Sir. That's not necessary. But hey, maybe I'm a little sensitive. Okay. So Jared and Charlie, they go to a pottery class, which I really want to do. And he is really excited to see her. It was just the energy that they had when they saw each other. It was how he hugged her, how he greeted her. Like I genuinely enjoyed that. Okay, their meetup. So Cinco and Jay, they go play basketball. Brittany and Ty, they go on a boat. They go parasailing. And he was like, I was just trying to get my LL Cool J swag. You heard me? I was like, okay. All right. So Cinco and Jay are eating pizza. She's nervous. And I'm just skimming through because this was a quick one. Brittany and Ty, he claims that he's good with with Brittany having kids, but he doesn't have any kids. I was like, oh, okay, that's totally fine. So Jay says he has something to tell Charlie, and I was like, my God. Because, baby, Charlie got something to tell you, okay? So then Kiki and Brandon, he's nervous about meeting Kiki. He said that he's just nervous because I think he said he wanted her to like him. He wanted her to like him. And so they meet up, and he's doing a photo shoot because she's a BBW model. And he has her not in outfits, but he has her in lingerie. And she was like, we just met, and I don't feel, she didn't feel comfortable with it, but she just went ahead and overlooked it. And I just think that that's something you shouldn't do. Even though you're a model, even though you're a BBW model, that means I'm still not comfortable. I am getting to know you. But in the spirit of, going along with the date, she just got along to get along. But I don't want you to do that no more, Kiki. If you're not comfortable with something, just don't do it. Okay? So Irvin meets with Alicia. They're taking a Haitian compa class, and she felt a way about them touching each other, being in close proximity. And I really need to know what her story is, or she can just be a person, because there are many people out there that prefer, I don't want to be touched. There are a lot of people out there who are just like that. Like, don't touch my hand, don't touch my hair, don't touch my, I'm a hugger. But there are other people out there that are opposite of me. They're not huggers. They're like, So I wasn't mad at it, but she's actually enjoying the class. She is a little tense and uncomfortable. You can tell in her body language, but she was like, okay, we're just doing the class. So Tatiana and Clavacia, they're horseback riding. And then we go back over to Kiki and Brandon. She's a BBW model. He asked her if she was a drinker. She said she's working on it. Now, when she said that, we don't know how much drink she's consumed. Is she considered an alcoholic? But he said he had an issue with her drinking, and she was like, and I was like, okay, like, production really need to we need to circle back on that, because we need to know what is her consumption level before we throw out certain things. Okay, maybe she just like wine, because she was annoyed at that moment, because she was like, are you the, she was calling out different wines and calling him the, the police, or the, you're the police of this and that and da 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 da. Like, this is a grown woman. Anyway, we probably need to explore that. Not probably, but we need to explore that a whole lot more. Okay, we need to explore that a whole lot more. Okay. Anyway, Chris and Alexis. I'm trying to think. Chris and Alexis. He said that he's never saw her. Oh, that's the older one. Okay, so Alexis is 45. Chris is 35. Alexis says she doesn't date any man that is older as her age or younger than her. Or older than her. She dates younger guys. So he makes a comment. He said he's only seen her from the face up, but he's never saw her from the face down. And she said apparently Chris had met another woman while they were on their virtual journey, and he has been in the doghouse, and he needed to get back in her good graces. So he did get back in her good grace. Child, I think he apologized, a smile. Oh, all he had to do was smile to get back in her good graces, and now he back. So she wants him. They meet up. They hug. They sit down. After they exchange pleasantries, they sit down and they have a nice, beach dinner. And so, she was like, "Well, don't you owe me something?" And he was like, "What?" And she was like, "Apologize to me publicly." And I was like, "Ma'am, I guess, So he apologized to her, and so of course he is out of the doghouse. Okay. So Alicia and Irvin, he wants to kiss her, but she's uncomfortable with touch, and he knows that. They actually go to their second part of the date, which was at the top of a building. I couldn't do it because, like Irvin, I'm afraid of heights. Okay. We're not doing that. So we go back over to Cinco and Jay, and they get in the shower, and she was like, "Listen, I'm a woman who have needs. This is a man who have needs, and we gonna meet each other need." You'll catch that on your way home. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. Anyway, Tatiana and Clavacia. He said he wanted to kiss her. What's that, Tatiana? He wanted to kiss her, but he's not comfortable. And they finally make it back to the mansion. Everybody meets up. And so now we get into Charlie and Jay. Charlie says she doesn't know how to tell Jay. I'm sorry, Jared. Did I call him Jay? I'm sorry, y'all. She doesn't know how to tell Jared she has a human. And and she's literally in that place. She's pumping because her baby is just a month old. Okay. And I was like, well, ma'am, maybe you need to hurry up and tell him like ASAP. So she wakes him up. He sleep on the couch. She goes and wakes him up. And she was like, I have something to tell you. And, they go outside and talk. She was like, I got something to tell you. And she was like, and she said, I get really nervous when I laugh. I was like, oh my God. All right. Baby, when I tell you Charlie set this whole entire show off, I was like, okay, girl. Like, okay. So she said, well, I met a guy and we slept together, and maybe it was a one-time deal, but we had a baby. She didn't say maybe. I'm saying that. And so she was like, I have a baby. And she tells him, I have a 1-month-old daughter. And when she told him she had surgery, she told him she had some type of surgery. And she said, she tells him, she admits to him, when I told you I had surgery, I really was in labor, having my baby. And she said, also, I got something else to tell you. She said, I have a 12-year-old, but that's not all. I also have 2 other kids. And I was like, wait a minute. So it turns out Charlie has a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. And she has a total of 4 kids. Like, how did y'all... Okay, how did you not know that this lady only had... You and this lady been chatting for 4.5 years, okay? How did you not know that? How did you get away with not telling him about 2 other kids? It's like you just, I only got 1 kid. I mean, and you didn't think to mention your other 2 kids. Like I am so baffled about that, and we really need to delve more into this. But I also want to know what Jared has to say about Charlie, because this is insane. I was like, ma'am, how do you hide 3 whole children? Y'all, this stressed me out, because like when Jared was sitting there, you could tell he was like nervous because he didn't know what to think. Like he was just sitting there like this. Jared looked like he was shaking like booty meat. Like, lady, you just woke me up out of my sleep and you finna tell me some stuff, because I know there's gonna be some bullshit, okay? So this what an episode in, y'all. I can assure y'all I will be back next week with episode 2. Just come on this journey with me, because again, never the Never Ever Mets is actually a pretty good one. It is on OWN, so it comes on Friday nights at 7:00. I want to say this is gonna be until Ready to Love comes back on. So I don't know which. I really don't know why they just didn't finish out Ready to Love, but whatever. We gonna be on the Never Ever Mets train, okay? Anyway, I don't know if I said it, but this is where the episode ends. I will come back to y'all tomorrow with another episode of Being Mary Jane. And of course, the final reunion of Married to Medicine, thank God. And the Real Housewives of Atlanta, where we get to the scene with Kenya and Britt. Okay, we all last week was where we started. And this is when we find out how Kenya got fired. Well, we know, but we gonna get into more detail tomorrow. Okay, and then Monday I'll have Love and Hip Hop Miami, because I did not know. Apparently Fabo's supposed to show up. And then part 2, Tuesday gonna be part 2 of the reunion of Housewives of Beverly Hills, where y'all had my girl Garcelle effed up, and she gonna leave because she don't need this money. She don't need this check, unlike Dorit and Erica Jane. Y'all, I'm sorry. Just come along with me, y'all. Just come along with me and watch it, and I got y'all covered. Anyway, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.